Okay, so today we're going to go through gathering intel, which is looking for the primary target, secondary targets, which, as you can see, are all locked still. We have no idea what's there. We already have all our infiltration points, escape points, and compound entry points. Your points of interest will include the power station, the control tower, as well as any guard uniforms, bolt cutters, and grappling hooks. Now, you find all those at 4 of your infiltration points, mainly your main ones, your airport, the north dock, the main dock, and shoot, I forget where the 4th one is at. I think it's a helicopter entry point. Anyway, so you find 1 uniform change, 1 grappling hook, and 1 bolt cutter at all 4 points. May even be the not sure. Well, no, it wouldn't be the escape points. So it would be definitely the north dock, the main dock, the airstrip, and I'm not sure what the 4th point is. Sometimes I do find stuff at is this the north drop? Airstrip. Well, anyway, so I'll go over some of those points when I'm actually on the map. So for now, let's go ahead and go to this island again. And so we gotta go to Puerto Cove, so let's see where we got the sub parked here. And we're at Davis Courts, so we need to go to Pulido Bay, so we'll go to the Pulido Forest. So once you complete the heist the first time, your price for fast traveling drops down to 2,000 GTA dollars to fast travel. So makes it a lot easier on the pocketbook. But if you have millions of dollars like me, then it doesn't really matter how much you have to spend to fast travel. Alright. So basically we have to go steal a airplane and fly it to the island. Smuggler's airplane. And they're going to be right here on the beach, and there's usually 5 guys.
So we go back to paradise again.
And
Safest
it's
approach to reconnaissance is to pose as one of Mr. Rubio's smugglers. I have been monitoring air traffic from the island, and I have coordinates of the most recent plane to land in Los Santos. I, for one, am keen to see how things have changed since our last trip.
okay, so they're right there. So the plane is pointing this way, so this is the side you want to land on, because that's the side that they're all pointing towards. Or that's the side of the plane they're all on. So gonna kind of stick to this edge here. And we can go all the way up here. Oops. 3, 4, and 5th guy is right here behind the plane wing, and you can't get a lock onto him, and you gotta kind of shoot him in the feet. There we go. So we just hop in the plane. Oops. I didn't say jump up on top of it. Wow. Okay, let's try this a little bit slower here.
Do you have the plane? Very good. I have sent you coordinates. Keep south until the air becomes thick with herbs and profanity. Yeah, there should be clothes on board. You switch on the way. And leave your guns on plane. Remember, drug dealers employ smugglers. They do not trust them. Guards find you with weapons. This will not end well.
Alright, and as you can see, the yellow dot on the radar is all the way at the south end of the map. It's right about where the aircraft carrier is usually parked. And it always makes this a long journey. When you have to steal this plane to go back to the island. After you're at the island one time, then or after you go to the island and you come back, and you have to go. If you have to go back for more scope out stuff, you actually go to the airport, and Madrazo Jr. gives you his smuggler's plane. And hey, what's up, Mike? Oh, this is such a long journey, though. Alright. So as you can see, I'm flying all the way out to the south end where the dock is, where the aircraft carrier is usually docked at. And you see the little arrow pointing down on the yellow dot. That means I gotta lose a little bit of altitude here. Still lower. Not too low though. I see a red flashing light over there, meaning that there's a obstacle up in the air. Oh no, wait. Those are tail lights on the road. Never mind. Oh, and there's red lights on the bridge too. But okay, so now it's saying I gotta gain a little altitude. Should be right about there. Yep, right there. Perfect. Oh, a little high. Alright, later, Mike. Don't work yourself too hard, man.
Paren, esperen ahí.
Alright.
Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go. Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
Okay, so first thing I gotta do is
Do not let the guards get a good look at you. The disguise is not perfect. They see you clearly.
come over here and get this motorcycle. Because we gotta go all the way down to the end of the runway down here. So that's where we start our search at. Down here at the end of the runway, I found a bolt cutters and a grappling hook. And if you find the grappling hook, it's always right here on top of this box. Oh, there's one here now. What do you know? Take a picture, send it to your sub guy, Pavel. Yeah, there you go. It was something like that. Okay, another place to check is going to be right here off to the side. You can also find the grappling hook here sometimes, but also once in a while on this gray box you'll find the bolt cutters, which they're somewhere else. So there's 3 spots that everything can be at. So okay, the next one you want to check is this like little radar station here. Sometimes you can find changes of clothes at some of these if they're close to an entry point. Nothing here this time though. Haven't ever found anything over at the tower over there. Haven't found anything over here yet, but I always look just in case. And then of course come in here and you got stuff on the table in this caged area. Sometimes there's stuff on both tables, but this time it just happens to be one. And looks like cash. Okay, so that's one of your secondary targets. Okay, so there's more secondary targets in this area. They're usually over here. Okay, so you can sometimes find a change of clothes here, which there isn't one this time. That's okay though. That just means it's elsewhere. You can find the oh yep, see there's bolt cutters right here. The third place the bolt cutters can be found at is also back here. If they're not in the first 2 spots I showed you, then they're going to be right here at the on top of this table. Okay, so 2 spots that the clothes could spawn at was right here at this building, and then at that radar station that I stopped at halfway down on the runway. And the other spot that it could spawn at is up here, which is probably where it's at because it wasn't at the other 2. Alright, so here's your guard clothes for this area.
Uniforms. You could disguise yourself as a guard. It would not be perfect, but might be enough to fool them briefly. I will mark location on screen.
Then you want to come back in here, and there's another caged area with more product. So let's see what we got here. We got some cash.
Location noted.
And we got some... What's on the other side? Ah, cocaine.
Cocaine, easy to steal, easy to sell. Marked on the planning screen now.
Okay. So that's pretty much everything in this area. See, if you go to your map, so you got 1 guard uniform change of clothes, 1 bolt cutters. You got some secondary targets. And we got our grappling hook, which is all the way down here at the end of the runway. Alright, so our next area, sometimes you can find bolt cutters and a change of clothes right here at this house right here. So that's where we're going now. Of course, we're going to stay off the roads so we can avoid guards. They can also hear the sound of the engine if you get too close to them, so it's good to stay as far away from them as possible. Okay, So when you get over here, you always want to check up on top of this boat here. If there's anything here, it'll be the bolt cutters will be right here on the deck of the boat. And then I haven't found it yet, but I've had friends tell me they found a change of clothes right here in front of this house. And also there's chests of gold, and sometimes you can find one here, as well as over by where I found the grappling hook at the runway. But your controller will vibrate when you get close to a chest with gold in it, so you know when you found it. If you want to know if you found any, you can find 2 a day. You just go to your menu, go to inventory, and go to daily collectibles, and it'll tell you how many treasure chests you found, but you can only find them on this island during the scope out. And you can only find 2 per day, 1 on land, 1 on water. My land one today was at the docks where we're going next. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, I know it's a long climb, but these water towers could contain either a grappling hook or bolt cutters. I've seen the grappling hook. I haven't seen the bolt cutters yet, but I've had people tell me that. So usually when you get up to this deck, you want to run around, and sometimes you'll find something, sometimes not, depending on which water tower you're on. And then I have seen a grappling hook all the way at the top of this one. And, oh, yep, it happens to be here today. Alright, all the way back down. Okay, so we still have to find the bolt cutters and the change of clothes for this area, as well as any secondary targets. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get spotted by that guard. Okay, wait for this one coming up the road here to turn around. Because there could be a change of clothes right in front of this building right here. And there's a car coming. Let's see which way he turns. And I'm still watching the guard that's facing this way. Okay, he turned away, and then the car's turning this way, so let's go in here. Okay, this is another secondary target area. 2 tables, usually with something on them. I've come in here and there's been nothing here before, but so you always got to check every spot, just in case. And looks like we got some weed.
Marijuana is always easy to sell.
Okay.
It is marked on the planning screen now.
You can sometimes find the bolt cutters right here. Oh, yeah, here's the change of clothes. Okay. And then come over here. And I have seen the grappling hook up here before, but it's, of course, it's on top of the water tower. Oh shit, I got spotted. I forgot that guard can see you when you go all the way up on top like that. That's okay though, it's real fast to get right back to that point, so. Because there's actually secondary target right in that building too, right where that water tower was at that I was climbing on. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're back to this point here. And as we know, there's nothing up there, so come back here, and okay, looks like we got some secondary targets in this caged area. Nothing on that table, and cash on that table.
Noting location.
Okay, so you come around the corner over here, and once in a while you'll find a truck parked right here that you can take a picture of, as well as guard clothes that could be right here on the corner as well. And another place you can find guard clothes is over here, right up against this corner. And the last place to look for the bolt cutters is going to be up here. And here they are. Okay, so that gives us the grappling hook, the change of clothes, and the bolt cutters for this area, as well as all the secondary targets. Oh, no, we haven't got all the secondary targets yet. We still got one more building to go inspect really quick. Almost, but not all the time, almost all the buildings that have a camera on them usually have a stash room. I've checked this boat many times. I've never found any bolt cutters or anything up there. Okay, we just gotta wait for this guard that's walking up the road here to turn around and walk the other way. She's looking right at the door we need to go take a picture of.
What are you doing here?
How in the hell did he see me? Okay, that didn't make no sense, but okay. We'll get back there really quick again. It's still another Jeep. Let's see, over here behind the airplane. Except we're going to go on the other side this time, so we don't have to go around that whole village again. Oh yeah, forgot about this. See, here's like little cemeteries and stuff that are on the island, and there's like other little points of interest. You can take pictures of them and send them to Pavel, and he'll just make a comment, but it doesn't add to the overall heist. So, and it's up to you if you want to take the picture just to hear what he says. Dang. Okay, so here's where we just got caught at, and it looks like there's stuff on all three tables.
Okay, position locked.
Okay, so this door can only be opened if there's two people. And oh shit, I'm about ready to get caught again. Whew. Made it out just in time. But yeah, there's 3 tables in there, and it could have anywhere from 1 to 3 piles of stuff. So 1 on each table, or 1 table, or none. Okay. So far we got the cash, the weed in the middle, and got cash again on the left. Okay.
Location noted.
Okay, so that's all secondary points from this part. Okay, so we're moving on to the next section. Which you do kind of have to go on foot from this point on. Well, until you get past this gate anyway. So there's a guard walking up towards the gate. If he was walking away, then we would just run through the gate and get to the other side. But with him walking towards it, there's a good chance you'll get caught, so it's usually better just to wait for him to turn around. And it's a good thing I did, because there's a car coming too. Alright. So as soon as he turns around, we can go. And he's turned. Okay, let's do this. Okay. In this area here, sometimes I've found it 2 or 3 times now on that little concrete walkway behind that building across the street. You can find a change of clothes, but you can see it from here, but it's not there this time, so we don't have to cross the street. So we're going to come down here, avoiding that camera. And that guard never looks in this direction. He only looks in 3 directions. So the way he's looking now, the way I'm facing, and then across the street. And if you're standing directly underneath him, he can't see you. So I'm going to wait till he's facing across the street now. So before I go, and then head straight for this building over here. And there's some secondary targets in this building. Alright. Let this other car pass. Alright. Looks like we only got 1 secondary target here.
Adding to planning screen.
Okay. And then right across the street, sometimes you can find a troop truck parked here. The troop truck is for when you use the guard disguise, you can actually take the troop truck and drive it right into the compound. Whew. Barely avoided that truck. Okay, so another thing you want to search for over here is you want to go through these 2 little huts here, this one here, and then this one back here, and you're looking for this stuff called cutting powder. And what that does is you put it in the water supply in one of those water towers, and oh, yep, here it is. See, it's this orange box that's kind of flashing over here. You pick this up and you put it in the water supply, and it gives all the guards the shifts for when you come back.
This compound is part of processing here, but we can put it to use. You dose the water supply with this, the guards will have a lot on their minds. And a lot in their pants, huh? Very useful.
Alright. Just waiting for that guard to walk just a little bit further, and then we're going to cut behind him and go right up this road here. Yeah, there's actually nothing in any of these buildings right here. The one down here at the end is just a like power station, but that doesn't do anything. You can't even take a picture of it. You can sometimes find the guard clothes right here. I haven't found any of the bolt cutters and stuff over here yet, but I have found the guard clothes there. Okay, so we're gonna go across the water here. And this is the main dock area over here. Okay, one place you can find a change of clothes, I should say the second place you can find a change of clothes is right here next to these white containers. Okay, and as that guard's walking around, we're gonna kind of shadow behind him and take pictures of some secondary targets. And there's only one here. Okay, so the next secondary target is going to be over here. And, oh yeah, okay, so this is another one of those ones with the special door. Oh, and I forgot to show you the lever, okay. And why it takes two people. And the reason why I went around this backside is to avoid that camera. And, okay, so there's a guard walking up this way, so I'm going to kind of go back behind the building again really quick. See which way he goes. Okay. So here's another one of those special doors. They usually have 3 items, but they can have as little as 1 or nothing. Alright, so weed.
Position locked.
More weed.
That's on your planning screen now.
And more weed. Okay.
Location noted.
So, up here, like the other one. Oh, shoot. Okay, it just fell off the wall. Well, anyway, you take a picture of that, and it's actually the switch for the door. See if it'll do it without the switch there. Yep, okay.
Is that a lever? Strange. It must be part of security. I have note of it. Worth experiment when we are here on operation.
Okay. So then we want to swim to the other side now. And oh, as far as the chests go too, I found the one over here right next to this dock, right around in this area, for the underwater one. Okay. So where we're going now, okay, so this is the troop truck. These are what you want to take a picture of. So you want to take a note of this one.
Guard truck. Very good. You drive this wearing those uniforms. You walk through the front door. Noting location.
Okay. And here's some secondary targets here. Okay, so it's only the one in there, some cash. So what we're doing now is we're coming up here. Sometimes that cutting powder, you can find it right here. As well as sometimes there's a change of clothes right there. And also this hollow pad right here, it's one of those things you can take a picture of, send it to Pavel, and he'll make a comment. But it doesn't actually do anything for the overall setup. Alright, oh yeah, and sometimes you can, anywhere where you see these toolboxes and stuff, you can, sometimes you'll find the bolt cutters there. And then again, always climb the water towers just to double check and see if there's anything there. See, like these toolboxes and stuff, sometimes you can find the, you'll either find the bolt cutters or the grappling hook around this gear that's like this. And then, of course, there's nothing up on top this time, so... But we're going to put that cutting powder in the water while we're up here.
Excellent. For you, of course, not for the guards. As we say in Russia, you can be accurate, or you can shit in your pants. Not both.
Okay. Oh, and a little hint, guys. When you have that cutting powder and you walk up to this pipe, it'll say you can put it in right here. But if you try, it'll try to warp you straight up to the top, and you fly into the top of the water tower and you die instantly. Okay. So, for this area, so far, we've got... let me see, double check our map here. Okay, so we have our secondary targets, but we have not found any guard changes of clothes, or the cutters, or the grappling hook. Okay. So, for the change of clothes, another spot they can be in this area is right over here. And they're not there. See, I haven't found all these yet, so... Oops. Guess I can't go that way. Oh yeah, I forgot to check down here, huh? Okay. Nothing here.
Manuel me dijo que te vio en el mercado. Estás embarazada. ¡Puta! Llevo un año fuera de casa.
Okay, nothing here.
No me mientas, maldita. Me alegro de estar engañándote con otra.
I was late 10 minutes. My son, he's enfermo. I'm sorry. The tránsito was very bad. I cannot work extra. It is the cumpleaños of my wife.
Shit. Got caught by the guard in the guard tower. Wasn't paying attention. Okay, back to that gate again. And we can't. Motorcycle doesn't respawn, but the Jeeps do. So. Hey.
Hey, you're off limits.
Ah, damn. I didn't even see that guy standing there. I was just getting ready to cut off road. Damn it. And I think that's all I get, too. If I get caught again, then it puts me back on the main island. Eek. Alright. Alright, so this time I have to cut off the road a little bit earlier. Alright, there we go. Okay. Here's where you gotta go in on foot now. And cool. And the guard's walking our way, so we can just run right through the gate. Alright. So we're cutting through the weed field now, and we're going up to this other area up here. And the reason why is because there's another spot with secondary targets in it. And it's right off the roadside, but I don't remember exactly where. I just remember I follow this road over here. Oh yeah, and third place you can find the cutting powder is right over here too. Once in a while you'll find the cutting powder here, and I've also found bolt cutters here as well. And trying to remember where this other hut is, but honestly I don't remember exactly. I don't think that's it, but it might be. No, it's not. Alright. And the reason why I'm not taking the bike this time is because it's there's too many guards and stuff patrolling that can spot you from the sound. Wonder if this is it right here. Nope, this ain't it either. Alright, so here's just facing this way. Okay, so also from my experience of doing this a few times, whenever there's not a guard here, the access point's always on the bottom when there's not a guard.
Check high, check low.
Alright, so our target is 26, so let's see, of course the square with the line through it, that's 0. That's times 10. And that's times 2. Okay, so 12. No, okay, so that's not it. Oh, wait. There we go.
I am in. The app is on your phone. Let us do some window shopping, yes?
Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm going all the way to the top now is I found a grappling hook all the way at the top of this, so we're gonna go check before we open up our SecuroServe hacking and look at all the what's inside the compound and in the vault. Okay, grappling hook. It's usually on those boxes right there, but of course nothing up here this time. The other spot I found guard clothes and grappling hook was over there by the lighthouse, and then right there there's a cul-de-sac right there, and I found a change of clothes and bolt cutters and stuff there too. And that's where we're gonna go check next before we head back. So, let's see what's in the vault and inside of all the rooms inside of the compound.
Have a look in the basement. No need to change the winning formula, yes?
Ah, bearer bonds.
Ah, there, in the safe. Looks like bearer bonds. Untraceable cash must be useful for men like Mr. Rubio. And even more useful for those robbing him, huh? You have found some gold. I will mark its location here.
And always make sure you pan all the way over. Any of those wood planks could have a painting on them. It's a possibility, but you know, it's random. Whatever you find in every camera view. Some more cash. But also make note, anything you find in any of these rooms in the compound, it requires 2 people to do the heist. Because all the doors can only be unlocked with 2 people.
That's on your planning screen now. Location noted.
Okay. Because I've been here so many times, I don't have to look at any of the other camera views, because there's nothing else to loot in any of those views. So you only get 1 parachute, but we're going to use it right now. Alright. We're going to glide all the way to this lighthouse. Oh, how'd I get caught? I've done that millions of times and never got caught. Now I get caught. Well, it is also on hard difficulty as well, so... Oh, and to get it onto hard difficulty, you have to do the heist, and then as soon as he calls you and tells you that it's ready to go again, you have to set it up right then and there.
Well, I have been following your GPS blip. Quite a long trip you have been on, yes? You must be more careful out there. Come back to the sub when you are ready to give another try.
Okay, let's see here. Let's return it back to storage because it's all the way across the map. And call it back. Takes a minute to put it back in storage. Okay. And we can actually go continue prep work. Okay, so far we've got 12 out of 12 cash targets. We haven't found all the weed targets yet. We found all the cocaine targets, all the gold targets, and all the paintings. And so far we found 4, 5, 6 weed stashes, but we're still missing probably another 6 from if it's the same as cash. And then, of course, then your points of interest. Again, we found 2 of the bolt cutters, 2 of the grappling equipment, 2 of the guard clothes, and the 1 supply truck. Okay. Now we can start the prep work, or we can go back and continue looking. But I'm gonna just go ahead and start the prep work. So approach vehicles, you only have to choose one. I'm usually going in with the submarine, but here's the thing. So, okay, so if you go to your stats tab and then you go down to your rewards and then you go to the Cayo Perico heist, and you can see what rewards you get and what you need to do to complete them. As you can see, I've completed these ones here: in and out, easy access, prepped, going alone, the Cayo Perico heist, just completing it, and maximum disruption, doing all the disruptions. Also, cat burglar, completing it without ever alerting the guards. And on that one, see, some of these, you not only do you earn cash, but you also earn RP. So like this one, I earned $200,000. This one pays 150. This one pays 200,000. This one pays 100. I believe this one was just RP. Like this one here, this one just gives you 800 RP when you complete it. It's a still scope out all the secondary target locations in a single playthrough. So in other words, if I go back and I find all the secondary targets, that'll complete that one. And then of course teamwork, complete it with 4 people and not just 2. Enter the compound using stolen disguise during the Cayo Perico heist. Of course, that's what the guard clothes and that truck are for. So if you use the guard clothes plus that truck, you can drive right into the compound, and that'll achieve that one and get you another 800 RP. This one here is also RP and 150,000. Still all variations of the primary target. Well, the thing is, though, is I've done this about 20 times already, and I haven't gotten every single primary target yet. The only one that I haven't seen is the jeweled panther statue that they show in the trailer. Travel plans, of course, is you have to use all the different vehicles to use on the approach, and you earn 250,000 plus RP. Well, and see, and this is what I was getting at, because I have already went in via the submarine, but I haven't done the plane, or the Alcanos plane, or the Velum, or the helicopter, or the boat, or the longfin yet. So to get that 250,000, I'm gonna have to eventually do all these setups. So we're gonna start now, and we're gonna do them in order. And so this one right here, for this heist, we're just gonna do this plane. And again, with the vehicles, you only want to do one at a time, or you only want to do whatever approach vehicle you're going to use. Any of the other vehicles, they just get destroyed, and you have to get them again on the next heist. So it's pointless to get them if you're not going to use them. And of course, this one's in 2 parts. First, we got to get the plane, and then we have to go get the pilot. Okay, so we're at Vespucci Beach. Let's get as close as we can to Fort Zancudo, which is, well, I guess that one, or that one. Yeah, this one. And because I own a hangar at Fort Zancudo, it's free to fly into this one with your helicopter or airplane or whatever you want to choose to go in there with. Car, whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot the yellow dot is the entrance.
If you find the circuit breaker, Capitan, you could kill the lights in the hangar. Not essential, but when it comes to fighting a literal army, you'll take what you can get, yes?
Excuse me. Okay. Oh, I forgot to kill the lights.
By my reading, you're inside. Good. Now you have to unlock main doors. Check for control terminals somewhere.
Stand down! Give it up, ass! We're receiving fire! Are you alright? Loser! You dirtbag! You are mine! Back up! You fucking pussy! Moron! Eat that!
And thanks Rockstar for giving us all that armor during Christmas.
Gotcha! Drop the weapon! Loser! You dirtbag! You're dead! Fall back! You! Moron!
Oh, saw a guy moving over there. Where'd he
Bend
go?
over, here it comes! You fucking pussy! Go to hell! Take cover! We got a man down!
There we go.
You dirtbag! Fuck you!
Where are you at? Come on.
Time to bleed!
Ah, I see you.
You fucking pussy! Get cover! Brace you! Time to meet your maker! Fuck you! You dirtbag!
Come on. Fuck, where you at? I saw you. There you are.
Die! Say something!
Haha. Oh, wait, where are you at? Ah, there you are. There you go.
You fucking pussy!
One guy left. Where's he at?
Fuck you!
Ha. Alright. Yeah, it was probably in the office on the other side, but, you know. Oh, no. There we go. Right here. Got lucky.
explosive maneuvers, Capitan. Time to give them a real test, I think. Do you know yet how many you will take with you on the final stage of this operation? You can do it alone, Capitan. No one doubts this. But success is easier to find if you search with friends, yes? And more friends means we can liberate more of Mr. Rubio's valuables, yes? This will compensate for giving them their share, I think. But of course, the decision is yours alone. So far, so good. Now you must get the police off your back and then head to the airport. We will store this in Madrazo hangar.
Boy, this plane handles like a beast. Oh my god. Alright, so the reason why I'm flying so far to the right of the dot is because I'm trying to line up on the runway at the airport. It'd be a lot easier to see at night, but you can kind of tell by where the buildings are at, where the runways are. And of course, there's also those big pylons that mark it too, but you know, I kind of miss those. Holy smoke, this thing don't turn. Wow. Okay. That was a really hard plane to land.
Did you forget about your patron Simeon?
A fine performance, Capitan.
Alright, let's get back to the sub and do the next setup, which is getting the pilot. Alright. So let's go see what kind of pilot we had to get now. Alright, we got to go all the way to Paleto Bay. So let's take the sub since we're not on a time limit. Paleto Forest, here we go. Oh shoot, alright, let's do this.
You know, I do not think this operation would be possible without the help of United States military. They provide such quality supply of highly trained, highly disillusioned people with no concern for international law. In this case, our entry pilot, best in his generation, but this is not a man who works for money, and he wants us to recover his project plane from the people who stole it. You have the location now. Let's be a helping neighbor, yes?
Okay, so I'm assuming we gotta steal this plane over here, so I'm not gonna shoot anything with rockets on the chance that I might blow something up.
Plane with tracker. You are approaching its position. Eyes open, Capitan.
Yep, there we go.
Why don't you get back? You're so fucked.
Okay, almost didn't pull it off, but I did. Let's get all these vehicles out of the way here. Oh great, and there's a guy on the front wheel, so that's going to make it for a slightly difficult takeoff. Nope, and he's not coming off either. Okay. What? It put me in the back seat. What?
Okay, you have it. Get it back to its rightful owner and he will do whatever
Okay.
we wish.
Now, I own one of these planes. I don't think I've ever flown it. A little bit touchy, but it seems like it's a pretty fast plane. Oops. Okay. That was a kind of a touchy landing, but I made it. Vehicles, there we go.
Bravo, Capitan.
Okay, so what I just did was I returned my sub to storage. And I'm going to go to, actually, the nearest coast is going to be this way. And besides that, I always have to fast travel out here to this area anyway, just because of the first mission for equipment is demolition charges, and it's always out here in Sandy Shores or Grapeseed. And the reason why I get out of my helicopter before I call for my sub, there's this glitch. I don't know if it's still going on, but you would call for your submarine and it would put the marker on whatever vehicle you were in. So the only way I found to get rid of it was to just call for it outside of the vehicle. All right, and there we go. And also the same glitch happens if you call for your helicopter right after you call for your sub. So like if you call for the sub and then you call for your Sparrow, the Sparrow appears with the marker of the submarine, and then your submarine it just kind of disappears off the map. You have no idea where it's at. Alright, so let's go get demolition charges. Explosives. Now, keep in mind as well that when I was doing the scope out, you don't have to do all of the scope out if you're going to be doing it solo. When you're doing it solo, when you go into the cameras, you only have to check the vault. Mainly because all the doors, you have to have 2 people to open. Okay, so that means that in order to fill up your loot bag, you have to go and loot the areas where you're going to be leaving. So okay, so it's not going to be here, so we got to go to their farmhouse, which is right here.
My only guess is to go to their house. I have sent your coordinates. These people may be stupid, but judging from the fact that the house is not yet smoldering crater in desert, I expect they are keeping demolition charge cool and dark. Start with the basement.
Screw you! Come on! Go get fucked! I'm reloading!
Where you at?
Cover yourself!
Saw him just poke his head around the corner there a second ago. Okay, so let's move to the next window.
Shit for brains! He got shot! Go to hell! We got a blader! Get fucked!
Oh, better put some armor back on again.
Son of a bitch! Screw you! You piece of shit!
Okay.
Look out! Dimwit shithead! You motherfucker! Look out! Get the hell back! You're dead!
Damn. So that was some lousy shooting on my part.
Fucker!
Okay, so the reason why I'm running through now and trying to get to the store is exactly this. So now you have to kill the guys until you find the key. So if you kill them all before you find the key, then you gotta wait for more to spawn in. So try to get to that door and then kill the rest of them, and then you'll get the key inside the house. Usually. See, there's the key right there.
No need to stay longer than necessary. As soon as you have the key, you can get down into the basement. Let's get this stuff and go.
Yeah, I know. Use the key. Come on. Okay. 2 guys down here.
I'm gonna
eat your finger!
You know how expensive this stuff is? So expensive, the men with 11 fingers will not let it go without a fight. Be ready.
Fucker!
Go get fucked!
Oops.
Do you know yet how many you will take with you on the final stage of this operation? You can do it alone, Capitan. No one doubts this. But success...
Okay. So, what I was saying on the scope out earlier is, so when you're doing the gather intel, if you're going in solo, when you go to the compound, you're looking at the compound, all you have to do is identify what's in the vault, and then go to your escape point, which for me is usually the main dock because it's closest to the compound, and there's always secondary targets there, a lot of them. And but this time the secondary targets are all the lowest paid that you can get. The highest paid secondary targets are going to be your cocaine first, as far as out in the island, cocaine, then weed, and then cash. Inside the compound, if you can get into any of the doors, if there's 2 players, then you're gonna have access to gold, because you're only gonna get gold bars in the compound. Paintings are also only in the compound, as well as cash. But of course the cash is the lowest out of those 2 other options that you can collect inside of the compound. And that's pretty much it. So unless you're going in with a second person, only scope what you really need to scope so you can get in, get out really fast. On your prep work, approach vehicles, only do the one that you're going to use. And equipment and stuff like that. I mean, you want to get all 4 equipment. You want to get your demolition charges, your safe code, if that's what it requires, fingerprint cloner, and the cutting torch. If you don't have to get in the safe and it's getting into that glass case, then you have to get a plasma cutter instead of safe code. But other than that, that's the only difference. But you still have to get all 4. You don't necessarily need to get the cutting torch, but if you do get the cutting torch, you don't have to get any bolt cutters. The cutting torch will do the same thing as the bolt cutters. It'll get you through any of those secondary target doors without actually having to without having to use the demolition charge, which attracts attention, or trying to find bolt cutters. So, and then you have your weapon loadout. Of course, you can only pick one, and always buy suppressors. And then disruption is optional. Okay, your disruption covers the weapons that go to the island, the armor on the island, and the air support for the island. Weapons include the juggernauts, rifles, and stuff like that. So when you take out the 3 weapon dealers that are on the mainland, you're taking out one that's in full body armor with it's a full-blown juggernaut, and then you're also taking one out that has a it's a weaponized vehicle. I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's the one with 2 gun turrets on it, one on front, one on back. But you got to blow that up, and then the third one is just a standard guy trying to make a weapons deal. You cannot lock onto any of the targets with a helicopter or airplane, so I suggest using an oppressor or something like that that you can free aim easily. But you don't want to get too close because they changed the aimbots or the aimbot program to where they're more accurate. So they'll shoot you off your oppressor pretty quick. They'll shoot you out of a helicopter pretty quick too if you get too close. What I've been doing is I've just been landing in the general area and then either shooting with a sniper rifle or hitting them with a missile from a distance. That seems to be working, and I don't die every time now. Armor, that you only have to go to one stop, and it's a warehouse, and there'll be a bunch of armor shipments outside in crates. Blow up the crates, of course. You can do it anyway, but again, you cannot lock onto anything with missile lock, so use something that you can free aim. And then you got to go inside the warehouse, and then there's anywhere from 5 to 6 more crates inside of the warehouse. And then of course there's going to be guys in there, so take out the guys, blow up the crates with either a grenade or sticky bomb, and then you're done. Air support, as you can see in the picture, there's some that are like a tugboat pulling 3 buzzards, and there's some that are on land where it'll be a diesel and it'll have 2 buzzards, but altogether I believe there's 10 buzzards that you have to destroy. And you cannot lock onto the buzzards themselves, but you can missile lock onto the guys that are around them. So you just shoot the guys that are around the buzzards, and they'll eventually blow them all up, and then blow up the truck and or the boat, whichever happens to be hauling the buzzards, and it'll end that spot. There's 4 spots you have to go to for a total of 10 buzzards, and then and that's it. You don't have to do all these disruptions. They're optional. But with the weapons, if you take out all the weapons, then they only have 1 juggernaut inside the compound, and most of the guys are carrying pistols. None of them will have AK-47 style machine guns. You might run across a couple that have small submachine guns. Or minigun, whatever you want to call it, or not a minigun, but a machine gun, small one, a Uzi, whatever. And then, of course, then the rest all have just pistols. And then if you take out their armor, well, then of course they're easy to kill because they don't have any armor or any headgear. If you take out the air support, again, there's 10 buzzards. If you don't take them out, if you set off the alarm when you're on the island, you have to deal with all 10 of those buzzards while you're on the island, and they only come 2 at a time. So, and you only get the weapons that come in the whatever package you get. So, oops. But anyway, so that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop broadcasting now, just because it's been over an hour that I've been broadcasting. So.